You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Dan, how you doing on this Free Flag Friday?
We're going to give a flag away.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? This is one of my favorite things we do.
It's a cool promotion.
It really is.
It is. I love it.
And it's one of those things where I don't know of any other radio station in the world that's ever done anything like this.
No, probably
It's pretty
not.
unique.
Well, we're unique individuals.
We are unique. I love it. This was a Dan Ferris brainchild. He has a lot of good ideas. Some of them we let him do. So this is what
most
we
of them just kind of crawl off and die in darkness.
Yeah, exactly. Although every once in a while, and then usually they'll result in phone calls. There's one right now. Dan had written this. If you hear it and you're going, what does that mean? It says something like, "We stand firmly behind something we've always stood behind, and it's something we stand behind because we firmly believe in standing behind it." And it's just 30 seconds of nonsense.
Or is it?
Well, I don't. Dan goes, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever."
Whatever you want to do.
I literally just said, "Yeah, that's it. That's fine." But I've gotten a couple of phone calls where people are like, "What is that supposed to mean?" I'm like, "I don't know. We should conference call Dan."
It's deep, man.
Let's call Dan at 4:13 in the morning and see if he can tell you. I don't know.
He can clear this up for us.
All right. So what do you got for us today, Dan?
Well, let's see. A little celebration. Do find a designated driver. It happens to be National Anti-Corruption Day.
Nice.
I would love for that to be celebrated.
Washington, D.C. is closed. And sidetrack, there's going to be some kind of celebration downtown Sioux Falls at that $23 million parking ramp. Weird. Hot dogs, face painting for the kids.
We should broadcast from there today.
And the scavenger hunt to try to find clues as to just whose fault that was. Happy birthday to Clarence Birdseye.
Oh,
without him, we wouldn't have frozen foods.
Yeah. Yeah, he left his food outside overnight once in the middle of the winter and said, "Hey."
Actually, he was fishing.
Is that what it was?
Well, he was on an expedition type thing, and I want to say Eskimos something.
Okay.
Eskimos, and he noticed that they would catch their fish, freeze their fish, kind of naturally, and the things would be fantastic weeks later.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of making notes, just kind of playing what if.
Yeah.
And figured out a way to do that. And I want to say
the very
first product offered to the American public as far as frozen foods was bird's eye peas, I believe it was.
Probably.
Vegetables, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And still going huge today. Huge company.
And that's actually really cool because they freeze it right away. So then when you make frozen stuff, it's actually fresher than stuff.
Yeah, it
that's
is.
set
It's
in
better
the
for you
produce aisle for a
than the
long
fresh
time.
produce
Yeah.
because all of the vitamins and stuff haven't
Stay in there.
Haven't wilted away in travel.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, you two just bored me right to death, thanks. Yep, okay. I'll get you, my little pretty, and your little dog, too.
Yeah.
Wicked Witch of the West, Margaret Hamilton, born this day.
Nice.
Yes,
That is a
exactly.
movie I never liked.
Yeah.
It was, growing up, it was a big deal
It
because,
was.
at
Right.
my age, we literally had 3 TV stations,
Right.
and usually 2 would come in, and in black and white, and all of a sudden here comes this Wizard of Oz thing. This movie blew us away. Me and my older brother Oogie.
Yeah.
He started crying when the Wicked Witch was melting. When she got water thrown. Crying. I'm sitting there. He's like 2.5 years older than me.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there just going, cool.
He was crying?
So, yeah, it's like, wasn't my older brother? I just wanted to smack him around. It's
How old was he?
27. It became an annual event once a year. Then they would run the Wizard of Oz, and it was a big family night.
Yeah.
It was just, I always thought it was creepy.
Huh.
And who's applying for Medicare today? 65 years old, believe it or not, Donny Osmond.
Really?
Yes.
He still looks young.
He does.
He does. It just seems like the nicest darn guy, too.
I know,
Yeah.
he does.
He recorded a bunch of stuff for us. He was doing a radio show. I don't know if he still does it, but he was doing one for a while, and we had him on. And very nice man. Super easy to work with.
Yeah, hit big on the Andy Williams show with the Osmond brothers. And then, of course, went off on his own, had huge hits with Go Away, Little Girl, Puppy Love, Leaving It All Up to You. And I've got a little dramatic reading of, it was later in his career, 1989 classic, Soldier of Love.
Nice.
Great song.
All right, you ready?
I'm
When they
ready.
put this out, they didn't tell you who it was even.
No. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. When the going gets rough. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. A soldier for your love, like a thief in the night who can't get enough. I am willing to fight because I'm a soldier of love. Because I am a soldier of love.
Nice. That song is
when they released that, they sent it out with no name on it because they were afraid if people knew it was Donny Osmond, they wouldn't
like it. Yeah.
Yep. So all of a sudden, people are loving the song and they're like, "That's a great tune. Who is that?" And they're like, "Oh, that's Donny Osmond."
So you would have been in the business when that song came out. Were you spinning those kinds of tunes, or were you at country at the time?
No, actually, this would have fit the format I was hosting at the time, and I made a decision. Yeah, I'm not playing Donny Osmond.
Yeah, great tune, Donny. Thanks.
That's great. What else? What else you got? Things that shaped our lives, historically speaking, this day in 1851. I did not know this. The very first Young Men's Christian Association, YMCA.
1851?
Okay. Yep. In North America. Opens its doors in Montreal, Canada.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, it's a Canadian Holy cow. Village people did perform at the
That's why
opening.
It ends with
the
A.
Village people.
YMCA, eh?
In 1953, YMCA. Boy,
that was good.
Sorry.
That was good.
Why we don't own Canada still is just beyond me. 1953, this day, can you imagine something like this came out today? But this is no kidding. 1953, General Electric, massive company even back then, announces all communist employees will be fired.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Period. Hit the bricks.
Huh.
Ooh.
Well, they were, national arms contractors and everything.
Yeah,
General Electric doesn't just make thermostats, man.
Yeah, they make a lot of stuff.
So, yeah, that was a big deal. Now we put them on the board of directors.
Yeah, sadly.
And 1965, Charlie Brown Christmas. The first Peanuts animated special premieres on CBS. Thought that was pretty. Well, it's still, you still hear a reference, oh man, there's a Charlie Brown tree.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah.
You ever have a Charlie Brown tree?
Absolutely.
Well, and they still play it every year. That
was a big deal.
And they don't anymore.
Oh, they don't?
Last year or 2 years ago, it was done. Yeah.
Really?
Well, you've got to really dig to find it.
Maybe it's back.
Yeah, it became a deal because of the, Christian references
and
everything else.
I suppose.
From the book
grade
of Luke.
school plays stopped doing it. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
But Charles Schultz, he was a homeboy. He's a Twin Cities kid, born in Minneapolis, raised in St. Paul.
I didn't know that either.
Creator. And a friend of mine who I've talked about before, short but squeaky, Bobby Pratcher.
Yeah.
Go over to Bobby's house, and I remember this clear as day. We go down in the basement. There's all this Peanuts stuff, drawings, and and I asked him, I said, Bobby, what do you do with this Peanuts? That's my dad's. So, he's good friends with that guy who does this stuff.
Oh, so he
grew up with Charles Schultz. Yeah, he's got all this sign stuff. He was probably worth a fortune.
Yeah.
But back then, none of us knew. It was like, what's this stuff doing in here?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, pretty interesting. So, here you go. Another little touchstone for Americana there. 1965, Charlie Brown Christmas. I know, we all know. We just bounce ahead.
We are going to do exactly that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Thanks for listening on a Friday. I'm so excited to have a guest in the studio today. My guest is Erik. How you doing, Erik?
I'm doing good, John.
Erik and I have been, how long have we been friends? For a long time now,
For a very long time.
We first met because Erik called the radio station and requested a song about 9 million times. Okay, maybe it wasn't quite that many times. What song did you request?
Romance in the Snow by Eddie Grant.
Yeah, and if you ever hear us play that song, it's probably because Erik requested it. And because of that, him requesting the song, and then he got a tour. He came in and had a chance to tour the station. Where was the first one you toured? Was it in Brandon?
It was in Brandon, yes.
And then you got a chance to come hang out when we were at 8th and Railroad Center.
Yes.
And then we were at another location at a place called Zeal. So you just kind of kept following us around, which is awesome. We love having it. And then over the course of time, we started recording a fun little project called the Eric and John Show. And it's not on Sunny, but we record this thing. And then now, for the last 3 years, we've done the Eric and John Show Christmas Spectacular, and that's on Snowy Radio.
That's right.
And we just got that all ready to go for 2022. It was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And we picked the top 10 Christmas songs as voted by the internet.
Absolutely.
So the best Christmas songs of all time.
Yes.
And we have those, plus some extra little bonus songs, too.
Yes, we do.
And now this is going to be on Christmas Eve, and it's going to be on Christmas Day, but we decided, why wait till then, right?
Yeah, why wait till then?
So we've got a lot of opportunities to hear the Christmas Spectacular on Saturday evenings and Sunday mornings, because Saturday evening is when Christmas Eve will be, and then Sunday morning is Christmas Day. So every Saturday and Sunday between now and then, and I've got, you have the little note there, what time is it on Saturday evenings?
Saturday evenings, they'll be at 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m., and 11 p.m.
So a lot of opportunities. So I hope that people will get a chance to tune in and hear one of those. And then it's also on Sunday mornings early, all the way up
1 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m.
So there's a couple opportunities to hear this, aren't there?
Yes.
And this is just a fun thing that we get the opportunity to do. And I've had a chance to get to know Eric over the last few years, and you're one of my favorite people on the planet. You're a great dude.
Thank you, John.
And here's how I know Eric's a good guy. We have a dog, Cassie. Cassie is a really good judge of character.
Yes, she is.
And Eric is absolutely Cassie's favorite person.
Yes.
When Eric comes over, my only concern is Cassie gets so excited. Sometimes she like wets on you, doesn't she?
Yeah. So, the first time I met her.
Oh, yeah. It was like a sprinkler. And I was like, we're going to have to get you another shirt. So, and we did get you a shirt.
Yes, and I still have that shirt.
What does that shirt say?
I got peed on Cassie.
By Cassie.
By Cassie's small, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
And it's got a picture of Cassie on it.
Yeah.
So. Well, Eric, thank you so much for coming in, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you,
I'm really
too.
excited for people to hear the Christmas Spectacular, and we got a lot of great Christmas music on that. One of the really neat things that's happened over the last couple of years, in addition to recording the show, I had an opportunity to surprise you with a phone call from somebody kind of special, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
This was the neatest thing ever. So, Kello TV did a story about the Eric and John Show and the stuff that we're doing.
Yeah.
And Volunteers of America had done a video at their breakfast, and then Kello TV saw it there. And when they did that, they did this story, and I thought, I'm going to share this with Eddie Grant, because I want him to know it's his fault that I get to hang out with Eric every week. That's a good thing.
That is a very good thing.
I sent it to Eddie Grant, and then I got a message back from him, and I said, can we record an interview? And then we set up a time and we recorded that interview. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
That was so much fun.
That was one of my favorite artists too.
Well, it was really cool to get a chance to visit with him, and it was just fun to watch you. You just lit up when we were talking to Eddie Grant. Now, also you lit up when we recorded the Christmas Spectacular. So everybody, if you get a chance, tune in and check that out. It is coming up on Saturday evenings and Sunday mornings, again on snowyradio.com. And Eric, thanks for coming in and joining me for an Eric and John update.
Here on my favorite station that has faith, freedom, and the best hits of the 80s and 90s, Sunny 93.3. Enjoy the Eric and John Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Free Flag Friday?
Yeah, and a huge thanks, as always, to Mark and the crew over at Maximum Promotions for partnering up with us and letting us do this every Friday. Fantastic 3x5 foot flag. Made in America.
Yes.
Flag pulling all the hardware to get that bad boy going.
Boom, right on the side of the house.
And congratulations to Cheryl from
Yay!
listening for registering.
Cheryl.
We'll get a certificate in the mail for Cheryl. She can roll into Maximum Promotions right up there by the arena on Northwest Avenue and claim that and get what she needs. That's all there is to it. Let's see. Should we talk a little police activity here?
Ooh, let's do that.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Sioux Falls Police Department, almost getting upwards near 300 active patrol people and Big shout out to Police Chief John Thune, doing a great job, relatively new.
Not John Thune.
No.
But it sounds a lot like it if you
John
don't hear it.
Thune. He's missing the E at the end of his name.
And it's got an M instead of an N.
Yeah. And you know, they got watch commanders. They work 3 shifts. And these guys do a heck of a job, too. Lieutenant Kevin, Lieutenant Nick Look, and Lieutenant Nick Butler working around the clock to keep us going here. I love this story so much because I know we do this in Sioux Falls, too. But let's travel down to Florida, shall we?
Okay.
Osceola County.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Been there?
Little town called St. Cloud.
Yeah,
Not
been
to be
there.
confused with St. Cloud, Minnesota, which is the drunkest city in the state of Minnesota, and it has been ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
Michael Tommy Dirty Irby went to school there.
Oh.
And I think he started it in the 60s.
Nice.
But I'm getting off track here. So, who we will refer to in this police report is just Brad, because that's how they refer to him. Brad was in the Walmart in St. Cloud, Florida, doing a little Christmas lifting.
Ooh.
Oh, Brad.
Don't do that.
He was stashing items.
Classic Brad.
He was shoplifting and then, going about his business. And these days, if you've, pay any attention to a national news or whatever, man, it's just gotten brazen anymore.
Oh, yeah.
They aren't even trying to hide it.
No.
They just fill a bag and out the door they
Walk
go.
right
It's
out.
absolutely crazy.
Don't do that, by the way. It's a bad idea.
We witnessed that in Vegas.
Dan tried to stop. He said,
know.
hey,
Dan tried to stop him.
The lady did not stop.
Well, unfortunately for Brad, the perp at this particular Walmart in St. Cloud, it happened to be the day that Walmart was hosting Shop with a Cop. There were
that's fantastic.
Along with Sheriff Marcos R. Lopez. He had 40 deputies along with him.
Oh, wow.
In that particular Walmart.
40 deputies, and he's in there shoplifting.
Yeah. And
they must not have been in uniform. Or were they? Because
yeah, they shop in uniform.
An idiot.
Shop with a cop. Yeah, you'd be in uniform. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they kind of gathered around Brad and said, "Hey, bad news, Brad. Yes, Merry Christmas, buddy.
Why don't you come with us?"
But in the spirit of the holidays, we're gonna let you go.
Oh no, I don't think that's probably how that went down.
Take you out back, beat you like a rented mule, and bring you downtown. So he was cuffed and stuffed, but yeah, it's pretty funny, and they all had a good laugh and said, "See, kids, don't let that be you."
Exactly. Talk about a good lesson for the kids.
With the cop now.
Here's your new Nerf gun. Merry Christmas.
You guys want to cuff him? Who wants to tase Brad? Let's tase Brad. Come on, Timmy.
Talk about a great outing.
This is the best shop with a cop ever.
Talk about wrong place, wrong time. I love that.
Can I share something that just happened that I thought was hilarious? It happened this week. A friend on Facebook, and when you mentioned cops, it reminded me of that. A friend on Facebook said, I got a new phone, and for some reason the time on my Facebook stuff is all off. So everything that I'm seeing looks like it's happening tomorrow. So, and then she said, so like the stabbing that happened, or the shooting, I don't know, whatever it was, she said that happened on my street. According to this, that's going to happen tomorrow. And one of her friends chimed in and said, from all the stuff you're posting on Facebook, maybe that will happen tomorrow. Just wait and see if your phone is right. So I was like, that's kind of funny. So yeah, you were talking about an uptick in crime and. All right.
Yeah, it has gotten a little out of control, unfortunately.
Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, again, this Friday. Hey, you guys have a safe, wonderful, prosperous, blessed weekend. I'll catch up with you on Monday.
Going to do exactly that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, December 9th, 2022. Equities rebounded Thursday and may move higher, but it all depends on today's read of the PPI index. It's expected to support the idea of an ongoing FOMC interest rate hike, so may not be a catalyst for buying. The caveat is that producer prices may come in on the weak side, which is a catalyst for higher index prices, albeit a dubious one. A single month of weak inflation data is not a trend, nor does it signal the end of the FOMC policy tightening. Next week, we'll bring another read of the CPI index as well. well, and this time it will come before the FOMC meeting. The CPI is much more important than the PPI, and it may send another jolt through the market. The takeaway is that the FOMC is going to keep hiking rates and will do so by at least 50 basis points next week. This will add additional pressure to earnings outlooks and may bring the S&P 500 down with it. The risk is the Fed will either increase the hawkish tone of the statement or the CPI will put another 75 basis point hike on the table. You can get the inside track at marketbeatminute.com.